This drawing is getting finished today. Okay, it's properly done. It's properly done. It's I've unmasked it. I didn't film unmasking it because this paper is so fragile and I was so worried about the tape ripping it that I just didn't need the extra pressure of filming it. But there we go. And I'm happy with it. I think it's taken about, I keep saying different amount of times. It's taken between 150 and 200 hours to do this. I've been working on it since, it's the 20th of September I started this. So over 2 months. There was like 1 week I didn't work on it at all, but most weeks this has had at least 5 hours spent on it. 1 week it had 50, not quite 50, probably like 40 hours spent on it. So, you know, in that time it's had a lot of hours. Anyway, it's done. For those of you that don't know what this is, or that are new or have forgotten, which is fine, this is a magnified view of a papermaker's felt. A papermaker's felt is something that is used by papermakers in the handmade paper process. So originally they were made of sheep's wool, so this is a magnified view of pressed sheep's wool, which made a felt. I'd like this one because it had bits of paper stuck in it, so I've drawn the bits of paper stuck in there as well. I took the picture at the Paper Foundation, which is near Kendal, and I drew this because I think it represents the sort of heritage and the history behind the paper making, but also a bit about a bit about where it's from and things like that, and like the hard work that goes behind it, the different tools that goes behind it, the different knowledge that goes behind it. So in paper making, obviously there's the skill of paper making, but then there's also the skill of building and maintaining the equipment that make the paper. There's the skill and heritage of sheep shearing, of sheep farming, and of not just, like I say, not just the actual paper making, but all of the things that go into the paper making. And I just felt like this represented it really well. What's next for this? Well, those of you that have been watching the channel for a while, you know that there's a smaller one of these, not exactly the same, it's much smaller. At the time it felt like that took a long time. A smaller drawing that is also a felt, so it'll go alongside that, and I think my plan is to enter it into a couple of competitions perhaps. At the moment I'm not massively interested in doing another one of these. This took a really long time, and I don't know which direction I want to take it in, so I'm not saying this series of work is done or over. I'm just going to pause it for a little while, maybe pick it up again in the future, but for now I'm just going to pop this on pause. I'm really happy with how this turned out. At the moment I just don't want to carry on with it. So what is next? Some of you might remember a while back I drew a sketchbook drawing of Newcastle, of the quayside at Newcastle. I took another picture that day that I drew that, I started drawing that, because I started it on the quayside and I finished it at home. I took another picture that day of a scene in Newcastle, probably quite a famous scene, and I really want to draw that, and I want to draw it probably about this size. I've been thinking about that for a long time. I really want to draw that. I also had this idea a week or so ago of drawing murmurations, and I'll show you why. Just been out photographing a murmuration. I'll show you the pictures, but I'm having to really pay attention to where I'm walking because the footpath is under a good few inches of water. There's some baby otters here at the moment as well, some otter pups, and I was hoping to be able to get to the hide where they are, but it's apparently half a metre deep. The water to that footpath, so it's closed, you can't get down there. Great for the otters, but I saw a murmuration, which is cool, and hopefully the pictures are okay, so I'll show you them. So the murmurations, I've got an idea. I'm not 100% sure how it's going to progress. I've got a starting point idea that I want to do. I don't know how long they'll take, but I know what I want to start with. I think what I might do, I don't normally do that, I've also got to finish that painting. Do you remember the painting we started with? I need to finish that. Anyway, Wilbur's up and about. He needs walking in a second, so I'm going to have to leave you in a sec. But basically, murmurations, the Newcastle drawing. I think I'm gonna prep 2 drawing boards. I don't normally have 2 drawing boards on the go at once, but I'm going to get two on the go. One for murmurations, one for Newcastle drawing. And I also need to get that big painting upstairs finished, remember from when we very first started this channel. Anyway, I need to walk the dog, so I'll leave you to it. There's one more how-to Christmas video coming out this week, and that's it for now. I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.